Hey everybody, and welcome back to our Memorial Day weekend video. Do apologize that it is coming to you on Monday. Normally, of course, upload on Sunday, but I was occupied with things going on with my family, so we're bringing it to you today. So, I did want to go over a couple things today. We will be, of course, continuing our month of Hoover. So today we will be looking at a really cool, really rare one, as you probably have already seen in the thumbnail. Aside from that, we will be doing a 30s month. So we'll be looking at the 30s models coming up. And I do have a lot of those, so we'll be looking at a couple of my favorites through the month of June. And in addition to that, like I've said before, I will be moving soon, so we won't be seeing too much more of this room that I'm in. We'll be in a loft in a room at my in-laws, so we'll be bringing you videos from there, and then eventually we'll be buying a house, and so then I'll rebuild everything there. So without further ado, let's get on to today's video. Okay, well, before we get into it, let's think about the year 1982. A lot of things came out that year or happened that year. Ozzy Osbourne ate the head off of a bat. Michael Jackson dropped his Thriller album. Epcot in Florida was unveiled, as well as the Vietnam Veterans Memorial in Washington, D.C. was commemorated there. Now, another thing came out in 1982, and that was this commercial Hoover concept. Now, it's not technically a concept because it was a commercial machine, but this particular machine is probably one of the rarest Hoovers in my collection. Generally speaking, the Hoover concept was used, of course, as a in-home use, not necessarily in the commercial application. So they generally weren't built for the commercial applique. They had more of a plastic body and still used a lot of parts that were on the residential machine. This one, of course, featured self-propelled. It had an extra long cord for commercial usages. And it also didn't have any cord hooks like the regular concept. As you can see, there's one right here to kind of hook the big cord on, but nothing to wrap it down lower. And it also had no cord winder, so it literally just came out here, you wrapped it up in a figure eight, and you were good to go. In addition to that, we did have a bag system on here, very different than most concepts at the time. This, of course, came with either a dump bag setup or a paper bag setup. So essentially, there's two bags within this outer bag. That leaves a kind of a filter cloth bag, and then you can put a regular Hoover paper bag within the cloth bag if you don't want to use it for dumping. So it made this a pretty ambidextrous machine there, being able to be used in a lot of different ways. Now, this machine is not necessarily very well seen in the vacuum cleaner collector world, because from what I can tell, they didn't sell very well. I mean, Hoover still had their commercial guardsman-like products, the commercialized Hoover convertible, if you will, as well as Eureka had their various commercial machines. And from what I can kind of tell, you know, a self-propelled Hoover commercial machine wasn't necessarily what was needed at the time. You wanted something rough and tumble, so you'd generally buy the Guardsman, or you'd buy a Eureka commercial, or a Sanitaire, or one of those other options that were considerably cheaper than this machine. The concepts were already a very expensive machine just for the residential uses. I don't know particular how much this was, but it definitely makes me think of like the Kirby Convacs that were quite a bit expensive and hard to sell. So either way, let's get on to the video of this thing running across the carpet, and we'll go from there. Okay. Okay, everybody. Well, that there is the commercial Hoover concept from 1982. A lot of people requested this video, so I'm happy to close out this series of the month with this fantastic machine. In addition to all of that, this machine is really fun, and I really hope to keep it on display there. Of course, if you have any other questions, feel free to drop a comment below. And don't forget to turn on that bell icon for notifications of when I do upload more videos. I keep them coming, like I say, every week. So, if without further ado, thank you all for tuning in this week. I hope you did enjoy it. I absolutely did, because I love running this machine. And we will see you guys in the next one.